So look, welcome everyone. This is the next episode in our Head in the Cloud series, where we speak to founders, CTOs of tech businesses within Europe. Today I'm going to be joined by Nelson Novais, who is the founder of a cloud-based consultancy that work out of Portugal, that have a list of clients across Germany, US, Switzerland, other parts of Europe. Yeah, look, and they're on the cutting edge of tech, and yeah, it'd be a very interesting conversation because over the COVID period, Nelson and his team have been working on some interesting stuff. So without further ado, Nelson, over to you. So look, firstly, tell us, introduce yourself, tell us a bit about Mosano, maybe a little bit more about the journey so far, why you started it, etc.
Okay, so hello guys, I'm Nelson Novais. As Leighton said, I'm from Portugal. I have a master's degree in electronics engineer. And that's it. We founded Mosano with two main focus. We wanted to build a product for digital out of home. Which is on the making, and to found that project, we started working to other companies, and we were getting bigger and bigger over the years. And right now our main focus is to work for other companies, where I just said we do a lot of service for the generally IT consultancy.
Fair enough, fair enough. I mean, can you be a bit more specific in terms of the areas which you cover? I know you guys are not generalists, you're specialist in a few different areas. So just give us a bit of an overview on that, Nelson.
Yeah, like I said, we work a lot in web development, where we do a lot of web apps, ranging from e-commerce, social networks. We also do platforms that help to manage complex multifamily systems. We also do mobile apps that do a lot of things like chats, other mobile apps that helps doctors to prescribe medicine to the patients. Well, a lot of things. Then we are specialized in DevOps, where we help companies to create infrastructures to serve a lot of users. We work with Kubernetes, Docker, with serverless infrastructures. We are proficient with AWS, with Google Cloud Platform, with Scaleway, with Azure. And then we also, with the experience that we have from working to major companies from the US and from Germany and the UK, we help other companies that are starting with their products, with product development. We do workshops with them. We gave them our experience. We help them create their product, and then we help other companies to achieve their goals by using our intelligence. Like we help them with consultancy to help them grow their IT business. And basically, that's what we have been doing from the last 3 years here in Mosana.
And in terms of, do you guys specialize in a particular sector? I mean, obviously we've had a number of conversations. I know that your clients are quite wide ranging, but without necessarily going into any client details, because obviously I know we've got NDAs, etc. in place, but can you give us a snapshot of some of the clients you've maybe worked with for notable projects?
Well, we have a lot of kind of clients. Most of them are also digital agencies like ourselves. So we work with a lot of digital agency, where we provide a variety of services, and they can choose our best developers to help them keep the pace with the demanding of the service that they provide. We also help startups that are creating new products, and they need our consultancy expertise to manage their their challenge, their everyday challenges, and basically we work with the end clients also, with clients that already have their product on the market. We help them maintain the product. And the best case that we have to talk is about the startup that we help help them from the architecture. We develop almost 90% of that project, and that project is being right now, it will be sold to a major company in US, and that's one of our biggest achievements so far.
Nice, nice. Now we've spoken about that before, and I obviously we can't give details, but I know it's a yeah, I know that the guys that are selling it will be doing yeah, very very well out of it as a result of your direct input, because you guys worked on it from day one, didn't you?
Yeah. We stepped in that project from the day one. We helped them create the full architecture. We solved a lot of issues they have technically, and at least all technical issues they have. We provide a solution that probably a few persons in this world would be able to do it, because we have a guy in our, it's one of our founders, which is Jose. It's a really, well, one of the best software architects that I met, and he really come up with a great solution for them. That's why they are rocking right now with the solution that we helped them build.
Nice. Okay. Excellent. Look, I mean, let's get to it. I mean, one of the, I mean, we're going to talk more about what you guys have been doing for the last 6 months, because you know, I think from March until present day, that, you know, the world was very, very different to the previous 100 years. So I wanted to first start to talk a little bit about, you know, how you guys fared through COVID. You know, what lessons you learned. You know, did you need to change tact in terms of your business? You know, what do you think the biggest challenges were? As you know, the audience, the people that you know, our clients and our candidates and our community, yeah, all similar type businesses to yourself. Yeah, so any kind of insight would really be useful.
Yeah, related to the last 6 months, we had a couple of changes in our business. First of all, we had to went full remote. On the early stage of COVID scene here in Portugal. We tried to avoid commute in our company to preserve the well-being and the health of our co-workers, which we think that was one of the best decisions that we took back in March, because no one in our team got sick. We were able to maintain our productive levels since March, and we didn't notice any any problems with our productive. Although we have to face some challenges, because people were always receiving news about COVID, that a number of cases that were happening every day, people were dying, so it was hard to deal with all of that. And from the social isolation that people were facing also, because they were closed in their homes, so it was not easy to work on that days, but we managed to take all of that, and people are doing good. They also like to work from home, and right now they prefer to work from home than go to office, because they avoid to lose time on traffic jams and stuff like that. So we basically, besides that, we need to start working from home. We didn't notice a lot of changes in our way of working, because we already work remotely with our clients, because most of them are in the US, UK, Switzerland, Germany. So we are already working from remotely. So that wasn't a big deal for us. It was more towards to how we would deal to have a team full remote. We needed to to talk a lot more with people on and using a lot of tools to keep in touch with everyone. We have to do team alignments every day where everyone would say what they have done on a couple on the day before, and what they have to do on that specific day. We would have to random chats where everyone would have to say anything about their day, just to keep the the social connection between between the peers in the team, and to show the people that are working with us that we care about them. That's what changes the most here in our company. But besides that, we didn't notice anything differently from the normal. It just worked basically.
So you managed to maintain productivity, and you managed to maintain people's motivation, etc. over this period. So the biggest challenge was that, in effect. It was still keeping the team, galvanizing the team, helping people manage the feeling of being isolated and not necessarily seeing their colleagues on a daily basis, other than via video.
Yeah, because we are a small team, we are to work all day near to each other, so we have a great bond between us, and have to move to work remotely was a bit harsh for them and for everyone inside of the team, but they knew that we had to do that, and they now they acknowledge that was the best decision that we took, and they are happy that we made that decision. But tackling that problems, that the social isolation, the news that were coming in every day saying that 1,000 people were dying in Spain and in other countries as well. Of course, people were afraid of that, and they have they have issues with their productive in some days, but other than that, it went smoothly. I don't have any complaints about that.
Good. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you. We obviously, as a staffing agency, our clients range from startups, 1-2-man businesses, right through to global conglomerates, and the smaller dynamic businesses are the ones that have fared much better over the last 6 months. Because A, they were already ready to set up to work from home. B, because they're smaller, they can pivot and they can make changes, and those changes are instantaneous, as opposed to some of the bigger companies really struggled. But look, I want to move on to what I believe is one of the most important topics to discuss in this conversation, and it's obviously it's a very hot topic at the moment, COVID, and I know you guys at Mosano partnered with the Portuguese government in order to create a track and trace app. So look, just give us a bit more information on that. How did it come about? What was the timelines, and where are you at with it now, and what's the future?
Yeah, just a bit just to correct something. It was not with the government. It was with a Portuguese hospital, which was Hospital
right.
and Hospital São João.
Okay.
But later we partnered with the government. It was a gentleman's agreement. It's not an official partnership, but we had a gentleman's agreement with the government. So. Okay. Talking about COVID app, which is the name of the app that we built during COVID, it born. It started on a late night talk with a friend of mine, which is João Coimbra, which happens to be a medical doctor in one of the biggest hospitals here in Oporto, where we are based in Mosano. And we were sharing some concerns about COVID. Everyone was talking about it, and we were concerned that what might happen here in Portugal, because although we have a good healthcare system, we are not a rich country, so we would have some problems if everyone was sick. Mm-hmm. And so we start talking about what might help, what might could do to help this situation. And I told him that probably there would be something that I could do, at least on the technical level, to help them out. And we start talking about an application that firstly would help their colleagues, because they already had in March some colleagues in isolation because they were returning from vacations from places that were known to have some COVID cases, like Italy.
Right. Okay.
And they already getting some some contamination that in the hospitals, because they didn't know that people are already contaminated by COVID-19. So we discussed the application would help them to track the symptoms for their colleagues, to know if they were getting better or not, if they would need to seek medical attention and stuff like that. And later we realized that this kind of application would be great for the Portuguese population, because we knew that when the COVID strike would happen here in Portugal, everyone will rush to the hospitals. And what would happen, it's people that were not sick, they would probably get sick by going to the hospital, because they will be contagious from other people that will be there. And to avoid that, we thought that this application would be a good fit. People would go to their mobile or to the web, and they would do a random monitor with that we would ask how they were feeling, with their temperature, if they have any symptoms of COVID. They will do that every day, and with the help of the AI, because we partner with a medical hospital here in Portugal, with a medical faculty, which is FAMUP. That's translated to Faculdade de Ensino da Universidade do Porto, which they provide us an AI that we connected our application to that. And with the data that was inputted by the user, they would give it would give evaluation of the symptoms of the user, and would tell them if they needed to seek medical attention, or if they were good, but they should continuously do monitoring of their system, just to check if they could worsen or not.
Right.
So we started building that application, and we got a lot of media attention. Everyone was talking about what we did. Everyone. The Portuguese generation in general would say that it was a nice thing, because they knew that the Portuguese tech thing were trying to help them. And then later a movement would join us, which was Tech for COVID, and they helped us to further develop the application. And I think it was a huge success from a month or so, because everyone was talking about the COVID app that we built. And,
brilliant.
And it's for everyone that knows Portuguese, they could try out our application in covidapp.io.
Mm-hmm.
It's available for everyone. It just needs to have a mobile phone to register on that, and they could track their symptoms and get a free consultation from our AI algorithm.
Nice. I mean, let's. You're being quite humble here. It was a lot of work, and it was pro bono as well. So you guys were doing this as a way to give back to Portugal and to the community. There was no, you didn't get paid for this. And how many hours was it initially?
Well, we worked like, at least for the first 2 months, at least 1,000 hours on this application.
Wow.
We have our whole team working day and night, because we have to meet our clients' expectations.
Yeah.
At the same time that we are building this COVID app, we built the first version in like 10 days. Obviously, it was a version without any of the functionalities that it has right now, but it would help people to register their symptoms. And later on, we were improving it. We built a mobile app for it. Although Google and Apple didn't allow us to publish it because
Right.
it was they say it goes against their privacy rules, so we couldn't publish it. Although we seek for government help on this matter, and we partner with it has a complicated name to say,
Okay.
but
Don't worry then.
it is a department inside of the health department of
Okay.
we partnered with, and we tried to help them with our solution. And later we were working on integrated COVID app with their software. Although we didn't finish that because, well, in like June or later June, the COVID thing in Portugal was already not a big a deal. So
Okay.
people were already not to, how do you say, to they wouldn't care as much they
Yeah.
did on the beginning. But it was a lot of effort on the first 2 to 3 months. We did a lot of work. All the team was focusing to help Portuguese people and the medical staff by delivering every day a new release. Not every day, but every week we would deliver a new release of COVID app.
Mm.
We were trying to attend any suggestion that we received on the COVID app, because we left there a box for people to comment on the COVID app and leave
Okay.
how we could develop and improve the application. And we attend what people, we are trying to attend every request that people leave on COVID app, and we were trying to help as best as we can. And it was a lot of work, really a lot of work. But
No, definitely a noble cause. Definitely a noble cause, and yeah, there's a few of these stories out there, and it's interesting that it seems to be some of the smaller independent businesses that are doing this, as opposed to some of the big multi-billion-dollar, who you could argue should have the resources and should have the the time to put into this. But just briefly, what was the underlying technology there then? What was the tech stack? What was it built on?
Well, we to build this in so short notice, we needed to build something with tools and with language that we are already used to work. So because we also, because we needed a fast and response application, we built the backend with Golang, which is extremely efficient and not that much resource hungry language.
Mm-hmm.
For the front end, we used React as we
Okay.
needed a fast and reusable user interface. And because we wanted to have real-time communication, we used Azure Engine, which provides a GraphQL API over Postgres.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an high-performance API, and those we have. That way we could have real-time communication between all the parts of the systems, and all of this was served by a Kubernetes cluster that was created using AWS services.
Right. Okay. Excellent. Well, like I said, I mean, I've said before, and I'll say it again. I mean, it's a very noble cause, and extremely relevant. And these things have a bit of a shelf life. And March, April, May, June. I mean, that was obviously the height of the period, and luckily it seems as though slowly the world is getting, is kind of getting closer to normality. And look, hopefully soon they're going to bring out a vaccine, and it can save even more lives. I'd like to kind of sort of start to round this up by just getting your wider opinion on where you see the market going. What do you think are, the end of 2020, early 2021? What do you think that looks like from a cloud perspective? There's a lot of talk around, obviously AI, other advancements in technology. I mean, where do you see it? What do you see the appetite from your clients, and obviously discussions in the marketplace?
Yeah, I'm seeing, like you said, I'm seeing upcoming years that more and more companies will provide AI as a services
Hmm.
with Google and IBM as some of the key players.
Okay.
And I believe this kind of service will help a lot of sectors, mainly e-commerce, healthcare, well, like we did on COVID app, where we used the AI algorithm provided by a faculty, but it was like a services.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I see the AI scene getting bigger and bigger every year. We can see that Germany companies are betting off an AI, and I they will need so companies that are capable of providing Google like Google Cloud services or AWS services, cloud services for them to be able to cope with all the demand. So I see these two areas being connected. Companies that will build AI services for other companies, and that same companies needing a lot of cloud services to be able to cope with the demand. So I
Okay.
see the early 2021 companies betting on the AI because we will need a lot of AI on healthcare to can respond pandemics to be able to be fast to respond to problems like we have with COVID, because a lot of vaccines were created by using AI and a lot of others will be created using the same principle.
Yep.
So I see, I can foresee companies betting all the way in AI. So that's the main focus, or
Okay.
where I think the next big thing will be. So this will be interconnected. If they are creating AI as a service, they will need powerful services to provide them, and they will need a lot of Google of cloud services to cope with that demand.
Okay. And how are you guys? What are Mosano's plans in that space then? What are you looking to? Are you looking to ramp up expertise in any particular area or any particular geography?
As I said in the beginning, we have a strong market presence in the United States.
Yeah.
Although we have a few works here in Europe, namely in Germany and the UK,
Okay.
but we want to establish in German market.
Hmm.
We think they are a good fit for us because, like I said my previous answer, we know that they are betting on the AI and they are trying to adopt cloud solutions. So to accelerate their tech evolution. So we believe that we can be a good fit for German companies and UK companies as well. But we do like Germany market. We think that we could help them, and because we have a lot of experience that we earn and gain it by by working with United States companies, North American companies, our plans for the next 6 to 12 months will be to establish on those markets in Germany in particular.
Okay. And that model will be a blend of remote as well as on-site,
Of course,
full face-to-face consultancy based.
yeah, of course. In the United States, we have not that strong presence on the means that we don't go there on site.
Hmm.
But here in Europe, it's not a problem because we have free circulation, so we can go there and meet with the client. Have also a team there, 24 hours or 24 7 20. I was trying to say seven 7 days a week, 5 days a week.
Right.
We can have a team there working on site.
Yep.
So for this kind of markets, Germany, Switzerland, and UK, we believe that having a team there on site will be good for us too. So we are trying to have a mix,
Hmm.
a remote team and an on-site team as well.
Okay, okay. And look, last question, I suppose, is maybe a bit of feedback for me and for people who sit on the side of the fence that that I sit, and someone like yourself would be our client. But what can you give me? What maybe are perhaps frustrations that you've encountered with people that have represented Mosano when in terms of your growth, finding the right people. any kind of tips or any guidance you can give on that?
Yeah, basically we want a partner that can present us with our true colors.
Mm-hmm.
We don't lie what we are. We are a small company, but we have a lot of technically. We are really good technically. We are technically strong. We are
Strong, yeah.
yeah. We are humble and reliable. So we want, and because we value long-term relationships, we want to find a partner like we are that can share the same principles that we have,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that if the partner share that same principles, it will be easy to work with them and to find new clients for us. I think that's what we want to look for a partner that can present us as we are and that share the same principles that we have.
Excellent, excellent. Look, I mean, that kind of concludes this. We like to keep these fairly short and sweet. Thank you for your time. It's what you guys are doing, specifically on the whole the COVID app, all the pro bono work and the contributions to the community is very good. So I applaud you for that. Obviously, we've had a number of conversations. I'm quite aware of the team and at Mosano, and yeah, look, it is smaller in number, but it is mighty in terms of, you seem like you've got some very clever people there, from a tech perspective. And, ultimately for me, I see the opportunity in the market is real value add. And being able to price yourselves correctly, but being able to add some real technical expertise at the drop of a hat. And I think that some of the larger consultancies, that's probably going to be their main struggle. So excellent. Well, Nelson, it was really good to speak to you. Look, I wish you and Mosana and the rest of the guys, obviously the best for the future. And I have no doubt that you guys are going to make a real impact into the German market, and really start gaining some ground there. Because one thing I can say about Germany is that it's they get tech, they get the value of technology, and if they see value add, they're happy to make the investment because they see the long-term return on that investment. And some of our clients are very much on the forefront of that. So I think that you guys will do really well in Germany. I think you'll find it exciting and a rewarding rewarding journey.
Yeah, I believe so, and I think we could be a really good value for German companies.
Yeah.
We are already working with some of them, and
Mm-hmm.
I think they like to work with us because they keep working with us. So I believe that we can be a very good fit for German market.